Hello YouTube fans, this is Dr. Matthew Johnson sitting alongside the Rogue River in Grants Pass, Oregon. It is Sunday, February 21st, 2016, 1 p.m. It is with much regret and sorrow that I make the following announcement to all of you, and I know this is going to hit some of you really hard. Bigfoot does not exist. Let me repeat myself. Bigfoot does not exist. I guess I should probably qualify that statement, right? So let's rephrase that. The white man's Bigfoot does not exist. White man's Bigfoot? Yeah, you know. And this isn't a put down, this is just trying to get the facts out there to help people who really want to encounter the Sasquatch species, how to go about it the right way. The white man's Bigfoot does not exist. For all too long, old schoolers, which I was for 10 years, used to harass the habituators, the woo-woo people, that they were chasing unicorns, that the paranormal Bigfoot doesn't exist. Yet the reality is, the paranormalists, you know, when I switched over, and others before me and since I switched over, started engaging in the habituation method, we started having more visuals and interactions. More proof, more evidence, witnessed by multiple people, I might add, and multiple people across the nation and North America experiencing the same thing, who don't even know each other, who are reporting, you know, mind speak and orbs and cloaking and, you know, visiting in dreams and healing and all that kind of stuff, and more visuals and, you know, recording spoken language and on and on and on and on. So it really isn't the habituators or the paranormalists or the woo-woo people who are chasing unicorns. You know, I got to thinking about this when I was talking with a friend the other day, and I realized that we're not the ones, obviously, chasing unicorns. It's the old schoolers. It's the white man view of Bigfoot. That, you know, if you're out there in the forest trying to prove that the descendant of Gigantopithecus exists, a big dumb giant mountain ape, then you're the ones who are chasing unicorns, as evidenced by, you know, no evidence. As evidenced by no interactions, as evidenced by no spoken language, no getting to know them and them getting to know you, and just there's nothing out there. When you ask the old schoolers, produce your evidence, yeah, they'll produce tracks. Habituators can produce tracks. I have them as an old schooler and as a habituator. They'll give you audio recordings of screams. Well, I have those from being an old schooler and a woo-woo habituator as well. They'll give you evidence of hair samples. I have that. You know, but what they don't have is interaction, personal, up close and personal interaction. So while they're busy employing kind of disrespectful, in-your-face, aggressive research tactics, chasing the squatches through the forest, invading their bedding areas, etc., screaming at them, blasting out calls, whacking on trees, that's all they're going to get, and that's all I got for 10 years. And I asked myself, is this it? Is this all I'm going to do? Is I'm going to be a Peter Byrne who did that for 40, 50 years? What happened to him? He's never seen one. Now granted, I saw one before July 1st, you know, on July 1st, 2000, at the Oregon Caves with my family. So yeah, I saw a Squatch, but I wanted to see him again, and I spent 10 years doing that, and I was like, really? That's it? So then I switched over to the habituation method, the more passive research, the more respectful research. But it also, just for your educational for the educational purpose of the viewers who really want to increase their interactions and their visuals, you flip over to the habituation method. It is more respectful. It is not aggressive. It's passive, and you leave all the high-tech equipment at home, and you just go out there and hang out. You know, find a place 150 feet away from camp where you can't see it. Put some gifting bowls out, some stainless steel dog food bowls. Wipe them down really good with surgical gloves so your prints aren't on the bowls. Put bread products there. They love bread products. Bagels, cheese sticks, donuts, cookies. They love bread products. You know, put it out there at sunset and retrieve them immediately at sunrise. You know, take a look at those bowls and just keep doing it repeatedly, over and over and over again. But to make that switch, you need to make a switch up here. And the switch up here is flipping over from perceiving them as an animal, as a big dumb giant mountain ape, a descendant of Gigantopithecus. And so if you just view it as an animal, it's human nature to chase the animal down because we're the superior creature on the planet, right? So we chase all the other animals down, including cougars and wolves and bears and, you know, everything else, because we're the apex predator. Well, no, we're not really the apex predator, and no, we're really not the smartest sentient being on this planet. You have to make the switch over from, again, seeing them as an animal, Gigantopithecus, over to they're forest people. They're not dumb giant mountain apes. They're not animals you chase through the woods. They're forest people. They're people, part human and part something else that you interact with respectfully. And when you make that switch in your mind, that they're no longer animals that you chase aggressively, but they're people that you interact with respectfully, leave the high-tech equipment at home, just go out and chill, sing songs, play music, play instruments, laugh, talk, and joke with your friends. And if you have the guts, sleep out in the open on cots like I do now, and no fires, no lanterns, a no lights policy. They'll come in a whole lot closer if you show them consistently that you're keeping it dark and you're not going to light them up with a flashlight when you hear a noise. You treat them respectfully, they come in closer and closer and closer. So I would encourage you to visit my SoundCloud file. Just go to soundcloud.com and type in Team Squatching USA, and there's a plethora of audio recordings there, spoken language, singing, etc., that you can listen to, and you can see what happens when you change your approach. I would encourage you to watch all my YouTube videos from the bottom up and learn along the way, as I was learning along the way, and all the people I brought to SO01 are learning along the way. So once again, Bigfoot does not exist. Once again, Bigfoot does not exist, or the white man's Bigfoot does not exist. However, the North American Indians' Bigfoot, that does exist. Study that more. Learn how the North American Indians perceived Bigfoot to be and how they interacted with them. Then also check out all the habituators out there in Bigfootdom who openly share their data with the rest of the Bigfoot community, and learn the passive, respectful approach to interacting with the forest people, not dumb giant mountain apes, people. Okay? And that'll change everything. So we're not the ones who are chasing unicorns. We're the ones who are actually seeing and interacting with the forest people. It's the old school white man approach, the perception that they're animals and descendants of Gigantopithecus. They're the ones that are chasing unicorns because that animal doesn't exist. The descendant of Gigantopithecus, the big animal wandering around the woods, doesn't exist. So if you're chasing that animal through the woods, you might as well be chasing unicorns. because that animal doesn't exist. But the forest people exist. And I'm sharing this with you not to be an arrogant, cocky son of a gun. I'm sharing this with you because I want you to improve your approach to Bigfooting out there in the forest or on the edge of your rural community. And I want you to have more visuals and more interactions. So if you can get over your denial, over your pride, over your ego, and understand that there's a lot more to the Bigfoot forest people than we've been led to believe, or that the experts say that you know, Bigfoot is. If you can get past that, wow, boom, your mind, your world, that little rigid box you exist in, that I existed in, boom, gone. So I'm just trying to help you out, just trying to help you out. So the good news is the North American Indian Bigfoot does exist. Yay. And it's a whole lot of fun getting to know them and interact with them. Speaking of that, as I close, the transition from SOA 1 to SOA 2 is going completely, totally awesome. We are picking up where we left off. The clan, everything moved to a much more beautiful area, and you know, tracks galore, tree pushover, a bazillion wood knocks, pine cones being tossed, a lot more visuals, a lot more interaction, a lot more talking out in the open, not trying to hide themselves. Orbs, mind speak, all that stuff. It's just incredible. And I didn't end up at SOA 2 because of me and my brilliant Bigfooting skills. I ended up at SOA 2 because the Squatches at SOA 1 realized what was coming down the pike ahead of time and started pushing me out of SOA 1. And then when the breach occurred, gave me a vision in the head saying, whoop, we're moving you. Here's the place, gave me a vision. Go there, we'll guide you from there. I did, and it's been incredible. It's been totally incredible. And you too can have similar experiences if you make the shift. If you get out of the old school white man approach to Bigfooting and stop viewing it as a dumb giant mountain ape and start viewing it as a forest person, forest people with respect. So that's it. That's all I wanted to say. Bigfoot does not exist. The white man's Bigfoot does not exist. However, the good news is the North American Indian Bigfoot, forest people, they do exist. And I hope you can make the necessary changes to get out there in the field and interact with them and get more visuals. It's worth the change. This is Dr. J signing off.